I'm Steph from the Dice Box, and today I wanted to do a small list of games that I think are really suitable for ages 6 and under. We do a lot of talking about games that are suitable for adults or older children, but we don't really touch on many games that are suitable for 6 and under. So I thought I would give you a top 5 list of games if you have children 6 and under. Games that will play really well with them, but also that older children will be able to play together and that you could play as a family. So my number 5 on my top 5 list is a game called Little Bird Big Hunger. It's a harbour game and it's suitable for 4+, and it's really nice. It plays to 4, and you each have little cards of birds, and the bird goes through stages. So it starts as an egg, and then the more you feed it, it grows, and eventually it flies off. And on your turn, you're rolling a dice, and you're trying to match the food that the bird requires to grow. So it's really nice. It's got the dice rolling mechanism in it. It's got the understanding of picking up the food tokens and putting them on the bird. And the artwork's great. It's just a really nice game, and it definitely keeps children engaged. I've seen it played with really young children, and it really, really works. So that's my number 5. My number 4 is a game called Cubeez. I love Cubeez. It's so much fun, and I've seen adults get very excited over Cubeez as well. It's a blue-orange game, and you have little wooden cubes, and it plays up to 4 again, and they're very colourful. So one of you will have a green set of 4 cubes, another one will have pink, and they're really bright colours, but they each have bits of a face on. And what happens is you have a stack of cards and you flip the card over, and you have to very quickly match the face on the cards with your cubes. And it's a race against time. To the first person to make their face out of their cubes shouts Cubeez, grabs the card. If they get it right, they keep the card, and the game ends with the first player who gets 10 cards, and they also win the game. So that's a really nice one, and as I said, it plays up to adults as well. So that's my number 4. My number 3 is a game called Chickyboom. Chickyboom is it's really cute actually. It's got loads of little turkeys in it and hay bales, and it's like a really nice wooden version of Buckaroo. It's a balancing game, and you're adding items. So you start with it's all very like Western farm themed, and you have like a balancing, like a wooden plaque. And then you start the game by laying out hay bales and wagon wheels and turkeys onto cockaroos, like the cock-a-doodle-doo, those things. You put them on the blank, and then you put them on the balancer, and you start the game with it nicely balanced. Now each piece has points on the bottom of them, so when you obtain them, at the end of the game, you count how many points are at the bottom of your pieces. The one with the most points wins. But you see, when you lift a piece off, the aim of the game is not to let them fall everywhere. So if you think they're going to start falling, you can quickly put it back to just stop it and then collect from somewhere else. So you want to keep that plaque level as long as possible. So it's like Buckaroo, but the other way around, because you're taking it off, not putting it on. So that's a really nice game. And again, I've seen adults play that game and it's still fun, but it really works for young children as well. And there's a lot of mechanics in there with you're adding up your points, you're being dexterous, you're thinking about where you're placing things, you're understanding the balancing. It's a really nice game. My number 2 is a game called Pengoloo. Pengoloo again is a game full of really lovely little wooden pieces. I've seen it played with children 3 and up, and it plays really nicely. It's a memory game. So in the middle of the table you have all your wooden penguins, and under each penguin is a coloured egg, a very bright coloured egg. So it's you lift the penguin up, and underneath is the little wooden egg. And each player plays to 4, again 2 to 4. You have an iceberg. And on your turn, you roll 2 dice, and 2 colours will appear. They may be the same, they may be different colours. So say you have an orange and a purple appear on your 2 dice. You then have to find an orange and a purple egg. So you get to lift 2 penguins. So you lift 1 penguin, it's a blue egg. You put the penguin down. You lift the second penguin, it's a purple one. Now that one goes on your iceberg. And you want to try and remember where the first egg was, so that if that colour comes up again, you know where to find it. So it's a memory game. The first player to get 5 on their board wins the game, or all the penguins are gone and the most with the most penguins on their board wins. And that's that one. So that's my number 2. My number 1 is a fantastic game by Harbour called Fire Dragon, or Feuer Drachen in German. And it's so good and it's so engaging for children. It's brilliant. It's on a nice big board, and in the middle of the board you have a really big volcano that you fill with rubies. And the volcano explodes, and when the volcano explodes, you lift the volcano up and the rubies fly out on the board, and wherever they fly out on the board, you fly your dragon to there, and then you pick them up and you put them in your little bag. And you can also steal rubies from each other, but you do it blind, and in the bags there are also little pieces of carbon hidden, and if you pick up a piece of carbon, then that counts as no points. But at the end of the game, you count all the pieces in your bag. All your rubies count for points, but the carbons count for nothing. So there's a really good thieving strategy to it that's just good fun. And on your turn, you have 2 dragons. You roll your dice, and you'll have a number. You have 2 numbers, and you can choose which way to fly your dragon. If you have the volcano, you lift up the volcano, and then you fly your dragons around to pick up the rubies. So it's really, really good game. I love Fire Dragon. And just because I think it's so wow with the artwork as well, that the kids are just so enthralled by it. So that's my top 5. If you have any other questions, then please ask in the comments and I'll see if I can help with any other games. But I really, really like these ones. If I've missed anything, then please let me know. If you like our channel, then please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much.